Bonjour les amis. Bonjour, bonjour. Or rebonjour if you met me on Instagram a little earlier. This is Vero reporting from Paris. And look where I am. Do you recognize this young lady? Do you? Welcome friends. Bonjour les amis. Just a quick impromptu live stroll as I'm walking back to my hotel. Bonjour, thank you for joining me. I am right in front of the Eiffel Tower along the Champ de Mars. On the left bank, a little bit earlier I was on Instagram on an island actually. And before Mademoiselle Eiffel, we saw another Mademoiselle, Miss Liberty, on the Île aux Cygnes. So if you'd like to see that, the replay is on Instagram. I hope everybody can hear me. Bonjour, bonjour, I see your messages. I took the train this morning from my city, Tours, in the heart of the Loire Valley, to come to Paris. An hour and 20 minutes or so. Easy trip. And I'm going to be here for the weekend, visiting my family, catching up with friends. So far the weather has been gorgeous. You can see people, we have some really laid back vibes here on the Champ de Mars. We're enjoying the pretty weather while we can. It's about to turn apparently in most areas north of the Loire River. But for now, the skies are just beautiful in Paris. Now, I came from the river, just like those who invaded Paris a long time ago. I walked along the Seine and wanted to get up close and personal with the tower, and could not believe the amount of construction, the scaffoldings. I mean, all of Paris is in construction right now, but the Eiffel Tower, it's incredible. So I'm standing here in the second section of the Champ de Mars actually, so the view will be better, because over there, all around the tower, it's not that it's crowds, but it's just a bunch of people working and it's really loud. So I came over here so you could enjoy the beautiful view without the background noise. Thanks for the stars, thank you. So like I said, some laid back vibes here along the Champ de Mars today. I like the foliage. It's definitely turning. Fall is here. Beautiful colors. This is probably the best time of the fall to catch it for the next couple weeks or so. Once the leaves are gone, it looks very different. But for the next few weeks, it's going to look magnificent. So part of the commotion on and around the tower is of course the repainting of the Eiffel Tower. You know, they've been doing that since it was inaugurated in 1889. I think they've painted it about 19 or 20 times by now. But they started a few months ago and they're trying to give the Eiffel Tower, it's always had kind of custom colors, but now they're trying to go back to the original gold color that it had at the turn of the 20th century. And it should be finished by 2022, but there's also something happening on the Champ de Mars. They were setting up a stage over there. And you see the Trocadero in the distance across from the Seine River on the right bank. Really, really far away over there. But so many scaffoldings and just construction in between. Yes, it's a beautiful day in Paris, you're right. That's why I'm enjoying it, because I know my umbrella is ready. I think it will come in handy starting on Saturday or on Friday, actually tomorrow. Hey, this is a good turnout for an impromptu live stroll. Thanks for being here. So now that I'm once again a tourist in Paris, which I think is the best thing to be, a tourist in Paris, with some time and some money. Best deal in the whole entire world. One of the best playgrounds in the world, I think. I'm going to enjoy doing again what I used to do when I lived in the United States and came here twice a year. be a tourist here and enjoy the sights without any pressure, without having to commute, without having to go to crowded places if I don't want to. This is the best way to see Paris, and I'm very lucky to be able to do that now. So, because I'm a tourist once again, this is a touristy thing to do, and there's nothing wrong with that. Looking at Mademoiselle Eiffel. And she's been standing here since 1889. I can kind of see the golden color that they're doing. I'm sure it will look beautiful. Now, quite a few months ago, when I still lived in Paris, before I moved to the Loire Valley in May, I took you along the same path pretty much. And it was colder then. And they were just starting to build this structure right in front of us. So you probably heard the Grand Palais, one of the beautiful buildings that were erected for the 1900 World Fair, is going to be closed for quite a while. It's undergoing a major renovation. And so they've built this temporary structure. Ephémère is the French word for it, made of wood and glass. And this is where a lot of the exhibits, fashion shows will be taking place until the Grand Palais reopens. So if you come here and haven't been in Paris for 2 or 3 years, you might be surprised to see it here. And that live stroll I took you on a few months ago, they were just starting to build it, so you could actually see the bones of that structure, which was quite cool. You can find that on the France with Vero YouTube channel in the replay section of the channel, with many other live strolls I took you on in Paris when I still lived here and since I've moved as well. So don't hesitate to go and check it out. And subscribe to my YouTube channel. It really helps. Thank you in advance. So the trees are just starting to turn, so I think we have a few weeks of beautiful foliage headed our way, probably through October. And then it's going to have that wintry look, where all the leaves are gone, the skies are gray. So let's enjoy it while we can. This is a much better side than closer to the tower. It was too loud over there. If you've just joined us, welcome. This is Véronique Véro, your best French friend in France, virtual tour guide. I love to show you Paris and the rest of La Belle France. We are on the Champ de Mars, at the foot of the famous Eiffel Tower. Look at these guys. Wish I could do that. Or not. Thank you for the stars. Thank you. Let's get closer to the Grand Palais, the new Grand Palais, for now. Until we get the original building back. It will be a little while. It might reopen before 2024. Sections of it might, they said, but it's going to be a while before we can actually go back to the Grand Palais, I think. Like I said, all of Paris has been in construction now for a while. Quite an impressive structure, isn't it? It takes some getting used to, like everything that's new in Paris. Some things you get used to, some you don't. Here is La Buvette, the place where you have a drink, a little snack, ice cream, whatever strikes your fancy. So this is not super crowded. It's Thursday, of course, and it's summer is over now. French tourists are back where they belong. We still have quite a few tourists in town. It's very strange for me to see Paris with people around, because until I moved to the Loire Valley in May, I and people who live here had Paris, it seemed, all to ourselves for a year. So when museums, restaurants and cafes weren't closed, it was like the city was literally just, it was empty. So it's a little strange for me to see people here on the Champ de Mars, though I've seen more and more people since June. I try to come here about once a month now that I live a little bit farther south. Bonjour les amis, I recognize quite a few names here. I see members of La Bande, Friends with Vero patrons, welcome. Hey you guys, we have a little event planned on Saturday, so don't forget at 5 p.m. Paris, I'm going to take you to a fun place, weather permitting, and if the weather doesn't permit it, then I will take you to another fun place. So if you're a member, if you're Friends with Vero patron, don't forget, Saturday, 5 p.m. Paris time on YouTube. And you should have received the link by now. We even have dogs. It's lovely. Best way to experience Paris, I think. On a pretty day, not too hot, not too many people. Lively enough, not too lively. So we are lucky today, my friends, to be able to see this. Let's enjoy it. Bonjour, bonjour. I see your messages. So I'm staying on the left bank tonight, and then I'll be heading to the suburbs where my parents live tomorrow after having lunch with a friend. I'm also meeting friends, new friends tonight for dinner. What does sending stars do? I just saw a question. Sending stars is if you want to support a creator. Facebook takes a cut on the stars that you send. The best way to support my work, if you'd like to do that, is to go to my virtual tip jar on PayPal, and as soon as I come off the air, the replay will be posted here on Facebook, and the information for the virtual tip jar will be there. So thank you in advance for that. And of course, you can also join the Friends with Vero Club on Patreon. Different levels of membership, lots of extra content. And for those of you who don't know, I'm about to hit the road again. Business is called France with Vero, not just Paris with Vero. So I'm going to take you to southern France in the next few days at the beginning of October. I can't wait. And of course, Friends with Vero Club members will get to experience some exclusive events down there. I'm not going to tell you where I'm headed. It'll be a bit of a surprise. Let's take one peek at the Eiffel Tower again before I walk around. I just want to see what the front of the Grand Palais Ephémère looks like now, because it's changed a lot since I was here with you a few months ago. Bonjour, bonjour, bienvenue. So the trees, yeah, I saw some comments about the trees. I think they're just starting to turn. You can see some gold on the leaves, but it's going to take another week at least, and it's about to rain quite a bit, so I'm sure that will speed things up a little bit. So those of you coming in October will get to enjoy Paris with the beautiful fall colors. Let's see. This is massive. Last time it was just a wooden structure, and now it's this thing. It's like a cross-shaped building. Let's try and see the front. It sits right across from the Ecole Militaire, the military school. I want to see what it looks like now. Up close and personal, shall we go? Oh, cute puppy alert. Chewing on a stick. Whoa, it's a big building. So I think somebody asked if there would be exhibits in there. Yes, because there will be, because you know, the fashion shows and all the things they used to do at the Grand Palais, of course they can't do now for at least a year and a half, I would think. So a lot is going to happen here instead. Porte F, door F. Oh boy, A, B, C, D, E, F. Lots of doors then. Big place. All right, here's the military school across from us, the famous military school. Look at this beautiful building. It's really a complex. It's more than a building. I love the French flag on top in the wind. Beautiful. All right, let's see. If I step back, you'll be able to see it. Or maybe I should cross the street. I'm going to do that for you so you can see the front of the Grand Palais Ephémère, the new Grand Palais. Nice buildings over there. After Haussmann, see the big domes on the top. That's much later than Haussmann. Whee! Am I going to get run over? I'm running. We have lots of bullet holes from World War II on some of these buildings here. All right, here we go. This is what we came here for. You see the tippy top of Miss Eiffel over there. And then you see the Grand Palais. The Grand Palais Ephémère. Look at that. So it's a cross shape. This is the first side. The main entrance here, probably. And then the other side over there. Everybody's taking photos. And so there's a list of events already posted on the front door. Maybe I'll cross again to see what they're featuring. Whoa, look at the size of these columns outside the Ecole Militaire. Every single detail on that building you can see from here. Ah, that's pretty. So you have the Ecole Militaire reflecting in the facade of the Grand Palais Ephémère. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, for those of you asking, I explained that a little earlier. This is the structure that replaces the Grand Palais while it's being completely remodeled, entire sections of it. It was basically, it wasn't up to code. There were security issues and they're working on it extensively. So for the next couple of years at least, they're going to hold a lot of events here. That's why it's called Grand Palais Ephémère. Do you see the name up there? Ephémère. I'd like to, okay, so now I'm gonna do it. I want to go back because I want to see what's listed. I want to see what's, okay, let's see. That's not very safe. Maybe I'll do that. Okay. I can beat those cars, but not the motorcycles. They're too fast. All right. I guess I'll have to walk over there. No, I won't. No, I won't. Okay. Shoo! Safe. Safe and sound. Hey, friends. All right, what do we have? So some of this was this summer. So I see September on the right-hand side. We have rare books and some art. There's a special exhibit here. Paris Photo in November, there'll be an event called Paris Photo. So they do have a few things planned all the way through the end of the year. So they started roughly in June. In June, when things reopened, they started doing that. And they explained to you that it's a temporary building. The frame is made of wood. From an ecological standpoint, acoustic standpoint, of course, it's top of the game. That's what they explain in this description here. And you can see there's security, we're not kidding. All right. Quick little hello for my friends, as I always do. There we go. Phew, it was windy earlier by the Seine. I hope everybody's okay, getting ready for the weekend. I will pop by again later on this weekend. And again, if you're a club member, meet me on Saturday at 5 p.m. Sorry, was it 5 or 4 p.m.? I forgot. Well, we'll have to check. I sent you the link, patrons. And we'll have some fun on Saturday, in spite of the weather, if it turns. All right, friends. One last peek at the beautiful Ecole Militaire, Military School of Paris. Remember who was a famous alumni here? A gentleman named Napoleon in his early years. Okay, this was Vero from Paris. I'll see you again soon. À bientôt.